Should we separate science from the scientists? Well, Switzerland is giving us some real examples to think about. For instance, at ETH Zurich, an ecology professor who got famous for his ecosystem maps and the Trillion Tree Project was put on administrative leave this year and will be let go next month after an investigation into financial and interpersonal misconduct. So we read and looked into the report, and this is what it concludes. Basically, with academic freedom comes academic responsibility. Even though he was conducting his research at a very high level, the report does find that he neglected internal rules, disrespected some regulations, and sometimes professional distance to colleagues. So basically, he failed to live up to what was expected of him as a professor. The details remain somewhat confidential, but the report does conclude that he blurred financial lines and did not respect governance structures. During the investigation, however, 25 members of his lab wrote and signed a letter appealing the investigation, saying that they actually really enjoyed the environment he was creating and that the investigation was flawed and actually biased. The professor apologized for his accidental mistakes and was sorry that he created an environment in which some people did not feel welcomed. However, being a hotshot, his research was heavily criticized by other professors in the field, some saying it was flawed, biased, overinflated, or overselling, too bold, etc., etc. So maybe the investigation offered ETH Zurich the possibility to let go an overpromising professor. But this is not the first time a firing happens in academia in Switzerland. A few years ago, the same university fired an astronomy professor because of allegations of bullying, harassment, and unprofessional conduct. The same thing happened at the University of Lausanne 2 years ago, where an insect professor was let go after an investigation into sexual harassment. Of course, these cases are not the same, but it does beg the question. We want groundbreaking research, but what happens if the scientist behind it is not perfect? Does one taint the other? Of course, it depends on the type of misconduct. I mean, harassment, especially sexual harassment, is unacceptable. But in the first case, what do you think? Can we separate the scientist from the science?